Hello. Welcome, everyone. It is Friday. As you can see right here, it is in fact May 23rd of the year 2025, and it is 5:06 p.m. in this time zone. Anyway, this is today's art. It is me drawing a tree. And you may be like, Wolfie, this is a game development stream. Why is this it's just you drawing a tree? That doesn't make sense. It's because I've added trees to the game. Not these trees, but there are other trees. If you'll remember last time I streamed this, on Monday I added many a tree. I learned how to draw trees and then I drew the trees. And so today I may continue drawing more trees, I don't know. Anyway, welcome Duck, welcome Stream Elements, Stanley, and Old Man Diabetes, and Defint, and Chocojanks, and Zoli. Bluey Wolfie, oh yeah, that's fan art of me as a Bluey character. I believe it was created by Snackoracko. Alright, so we're gonna open up various things. Okay, we're gonna have a sprite. We're gonna have Godot. Where's Godot? I'm trying to open up Godot. It's not even showing up. Godot, where's Godot, guys? Dog, I almost typed dog. Godot, there it is. Alright, you already know the drill. We're gonna open up the project. We're gonna do git log. We're gonna see what we changed. Okay, we're going here. We're opening up Windows as subsystem for Linux. We're going to attach to tmonks. Yay! So true, so true. Yay. Alright, git log. It stands for Wolfie subsystem. No, it's the Windows subsystem for Linux. Everyone knows this. Literally everyone. Especially me. Anyway, okay, let's see. Weasel. I had someone in another Discord mention me and they were like, Wolfie, I always see you in Northernlines chat. I always notice your messages because you're the only one that uses VTuber emote. And I was there, I was like, so true. They probably saw me posting ChocoJ, I can't, right? It's like the top emote that I use. And I'm like, yep, that's me. And then I tried posting it, but then I don't have Discord Nitro, so I couldn't have posted it in the server. I was gonna be like, yeah, 98% of them are this emote, but then I could not post it. Anyway, alright, what have I added since last time? I've added, various things. Yeah, I had no more free Nitro. I had it for a week. Yeah, 1 week. Yeah, it was like the only time I needed. Okay, so last time I streamed this, I added, it was on Monday, right? I streamed this on Monday. Added trees. Add more trees. Even more trees. It was Tuesday. Tuesday midnight. I was working on this at midnight. 12:30 a.m. I was surprised seeing you in the librarian thumbnail. It did happen. I should have clipped when I mentioned it on Chocojack's stream. We were like, whoa, what this my emote, whoa, it's Chocojack, I can't. But shouldn't you have Chocojack's I can't because of Twitch Discord? I think it's a follower emote. And I believe those are not enabled for whatever reason. They do not have follower emotes available on the automatically synchronized things. But you know, whatever. Alright, so I have added more trees. Okay, that's basically, I haven't done that much since last time. But it is very noticeable. So if you remember last time, I had a few trees. Okay, we had maybe like 3 trees. We now have 8 trees. That is right, many trees. This one pretty much is just a downscale version of this one that I started with. But I added this one. I added this one. I added another smaller tree for variety. Those are pretty, thank you. Now I did notice that when I'm looking back at some of the old ones, they are a little bit flat. This is the last one that I did. This was off stream, by the way. And I believe this one has a bit more depth to it. It's got like lighting here. Like all of them kind of follow the same pattern. It's like bright up here, it's like slightly less bright, and then slightly less bright. But then this one, it's got like, you know, it's bright here, it's darker, and then it's also bright here. But I don't feel like going back and doing them, the other ones. So I've also updated the entire world. We have many trees. Look at this, the entire grass region, we have so many trees. Some might even say this is too many trees, maybe you're right. But when I did not have trees, it looks so empty. You know, once you have a few trees, you're like, I can't have no trees here. There's got to be like 5 trees. So let's walk around, okay, everyone. Let's take a walk in the countryside. Trees are everywhere. Look at this tree. There's a tree right there. There's a tree right there in the spikes. We have this one right there. These trees, okay, and then look at this area right here. More trees, even more trees. Wow, amazing. It's like this place is really alive. Nature, you know, we got nature everywhere. More trees, right? And then even more trees. There's so many trees. If someone were to talk about this game and say, oh man, I wish there were more trees. Well, there are more trees now, okay? Look at how many trees. You can also climb up. There's trees up here as well. There's trees on this side. There are trees, in fact, even down here. Now, I did have a lot of places that were a bit empty, and now they look so much more lively now that there's trees there. Got trees on all the spike areas. Got trees over here. Now, something that I worry about is that maybe there's too many trees. Right? Do you think maybe the trees are too noisy? I feel like maybe not. I feel like it's fine. But there could be some areas where it is a bit excessive. Welcome stream not all. New spikes, yeah, those were added last time. We got area specific spikes. We got wooden spikes, we've got cave spikes. We've gotten snowy area spikes. These spikes right here. Alright, and then what? That's pretty much it. I think that's all I added. So I was thinking that I could... See, here's the thing though. I have so many trees now that the grass areas look interesting. But then now in comparison, like, the cave areas look a bit boring now. Right? Because there's like so many trees here. You go back into the cave and it's like, it feels so empty. That was my issue originally. I was like, oh, the caves look so interesting, but these areas look so boring now. Now it's the other way around. Now everything else is too interesting. Now the caves look so boring. And then the same for like the snow area, right? We got this stuff, but I feel like I could add some wintry trees, you know? Some trees like this. Some trees perhaps like the one in here. This type of tree, a fir tree, is that what they're called? Fir trees. We gotta have some trees, man. And then another thing I also added. This was literally, I added this last night. A pause menu. That's right, you can now pause the game. You can now press escape. You can see that squash and stretch animation that you otherwise normally would not see. You can resume. I don't have settings yet, but I do have a thing where you click it and then it says settings button has been pressed. So I will perhaps add some settings at some point. You can resume, you can pause. Look at this, it's so easy. You can even quit the game. Wow. You could not do that before. Now you can quit the game. Now you're not stuck in the game forever. You can finally quit. Caves are usually empty. Apart from some stalagmites and stalactites. Yes. No, but they got like rocks in them, right? They got rocks. Welcome Bin Auto. Welcome Carp. Love quitting games. Anyone quit games recently? Any quitters in the chat? Anyway, yeah, so that's what I have today. I think, oh look, oh wait, that's a thing that I should consider. If you die and the screen turns black, you could pause at the exact moment that the screen is entirely dark. And then, and then it doesn't even do anything. Is that because it's above the layer? Hold on, the text should be above. Let's go to the root scene here. So pause menu, I thought like pause menu being after this, does that not mean that it should be above? Or is it because it's not, it's because it's not in a canvas layer. Okay, what if I add this to a canvas layer? Canvas layer. Is that what it is? And put this in the canvas layer? Ah, okay, that's what it is. Okay, I see. I should also make it so that the scene transition plays even when you're paused. Wait, should it play? No, it should not play, because there could be some stuff. I mean, okay, so this is fine. Pause menu, I should just put the pause menu within a canvas layer. Within the scene itself. Right, this thing right here. Wait, but then all the path, you know, whatever, it's fine. This thing is totally fine. Pause, menu, canvas, layer. Okay, so now it's above. Now you can resume. Trees are looking great, thank you. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. I was kind of surprised at how much I learned about drawing trees in just one stream. Right, this entire area was transformed. It used to look so empty, and now there's too many. There's too many trees. It's too much. So I'm thinking a thing I could add to the pause menu is a counter for how many collectibles you have. At the moment we have these optional clovers that you can collect, but there's no way to see how many you have, right? So I could maybe, when you pause, there's like a little thing on the top. It's like, hey, you have this many. And then people can use it to keep track of stuff. But I might do that off stream. I think on stream today, I may draw some more trees. Some trees specifically for the winter area. So let's take a look. What's the name of those trees? Fir trees? Fir tree. Wait, is it pine tree? Wait, what's the difference? Per tree? Fir trees. This is like the Christmas tree, right? Are they different? Pine trees? Platformer, snow, tree. Pixel art, snow tree. Welcome, Namington. Yes, something like this. Gotta add some trees. This looks nice. Look at those wintry mountains. Look at that snow. Welcome, Slime Molder. Ballin. Alright, let's work on some trees today. We have this tree that I drew last week. It was not a very good tree, but I could use this as a base for the better tree. Have you considered maybe we can have better trees out here? Ballin. Also, did you all realize in the US that Monday is a holiday? I totally did not realize this. I was like, you know, at the end of the day, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have work on Monday. And then someone at work was like, hey guys, actually, I realized that Monday is a holiday. It's like, holy frick, wait a second, you're so right. I was so prepared to go to work on Monday. And by go to work, I mean work from home. Yeah, right. So true. Wait, but Choco, you're like self-employed though. Do holidays mean anything to someone who chooses their own work hours? Or or is it like, whoa, there's like sometimes, but how? You just choose not to work on Monday. Well, I guess it's like if you hang out with people. Yeah, if you can hang out with people. That's what I was thinking. What is the holiday? It is Memorial Day. You can tell how important it is by the fact that I don't remember that it was happening. The Nordish Lion does take them seriously. Northern Lion. Yeah, but those are Canadian holidays. What if it's a holiday at the bank? You can't deposit your money bags of cash. I don't have those. I do not have money bags of cash. They just exist digitally. They get deposited into my account and then I don't actually see the cash. Is it even real if you don't get to see the cash? Yes, it is so real. Monday was a holiday in Canada. Oh, is that why Northern Line wasn't streaming this Monday? I tuned into the Monday stream and he was like not streaming. What day was this past Monday? What day even could it be? Northern Line viewers would know that. Well, I knew that he wasn't streaming. I didn't know that it was because it was a holiday. Oh, Victoria Day. I see. I have money bags, but they have zero money. What if they had non-zero money? What if they had one money? If you could have one money, what would it be? What is the best money? This is my go-to question. What is the best such and such thing? Me when I talk about things, guys, what's your favorite thing? And then people answer and they go, so true, so true. The euro. How is the euro doing nowadays? Is it good? Is it high quality? 1 billion US dollars? No, I didn't say the amount. I just said the money. Not a quantity, simply the denomination. Prices are rising. Counteraction rising. What is that from? What is that a reference to? Counteraction rising. Why does that sound so familiar? That's from a song, right? What is it? What if I just look this up? What am I thinking of? Counteraction rising. It's from an anime opening. Is it? Oh, it's from. Wait, it's from. Yeah, database. Yeah. This show. Log Horizon. That's what it was. It's like, why? I never even watched that show. But I know people who sang it at karaoke. And that's how I know it. Yeah, database. Just living in the database. Whoa, oh. What kind of database? What kind of database do you think they were living in? You think it was Cassandra? You think they were living in a GCP Bigtable? Maybe they were in ScyllaDB. Maybe. SQL Server? No, they wouldn't have stored that stuff in SQL Server. MongoDB? No, that's web scale. Imagine MongoDB. Alright. Now I'm instinctively feeling like these trees are not going to be as good as these trees. Just given the way that I'm drawing them. Unless I look at a tutorial. How do I make... Ooh, look at this one. Wait a second. Oh, we could have igloos. Igloos could be a decoration. Oh, you know what decoration would be easy to do? We could add some snowman. Snowman. Need to add a few more layers. No, that's fine. We're gonna add a snowman. Okay, this snowman is going to be round. As snowmen tend to be. They are quite round. And then we have another layer that is also round. Will the snowman resemble the main character? No, it is just gonna be just a round default snowman. Just the default anonymous user icon that you see on websites. No, it's gonna be around. It's gonna be like this. All right, and then what? And then it has eye. It has a second eye. It has a orange nose. That is a nose of some kind. And then perhaps a top hat. As you all know, they all have this stuff. Every snowman is known to have this. And then perhaps a scarf. You know, what if this snowman had a scarf? Now you might be like, Wolfie, this snowman looks kind of similar. Yes, it is very similar to the other snowman that I made in Pico 8. This is perhaps a reference to the Pico 8 snowman. Can I even find that snowman? Let me look at my tweets. I like post so much stuff on Twitter. Too many images. Scrolling down, trying to find that one snowman. Ah yes, this snowman right here. If you all remember this snowman from so many months ago. This one, do you remember this snowman? Back when I was first getting into game development, all the way back in February, that's like 3 months ago. We have the snowman. We're gonna have this snowman, okay? The same snowman. Let's copy the exact same snowman. So the eye was there. The hat. Oh, the hat was a bit lower down. Many people don't realize this snowman is actually a reference to previous art that I've done. This snowman is an Easter egg, perhaps. Perhaps it is. Wait, do I still have that snowman? If I open it in Pico 8, is it there? What is it called? Example? Pico 8 ECS test, is that what it was? CD Pico 8 ECS test. Load ECS.P8. Okay. Do we have the snowman here? We do. Oh, it's an entire large snowman. I didn't know it was this big. How do I zoom out? Like that. Okay, we can copy this snowman. Actually, can I, if I copy these pixels, does that copy the image? It doesn't. Okay. Alright, well this snowman is kind of small though. You look at the size of this. This is like the height of a character, but maybe that's fine actually. Maybe that's actually totally fine. So okay, so we got the top. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4 by 5. Let's move this guy out of here. Whoops. What is this new? Access your mobile device here. Select device. I don't want to see that. They're always adding stuff to Windows 11. Things that I don't want. Has anyone told them that I don't want this? You should be like, Wolfie specifically did not ask for this. Why would you keep adding stuff that he did not ask for? Yeah, Windows. You start showing ads in the browser. They start showing ads on the desktop. Remember that time I got an ad for some game? And I was like, what is this? What are they doing? Stop making our lives more convenient? Is it more convenient though? I didn't ask for it. Maybe to some people it is more convenient. But for me, as someone who does not use Windows, I think it is not convenient. I think it's actually the opposite of convenient. That's right, inconvenient. It's totally inconvenient. Windows 7 was perfectly convenient. Was it though? What's your favorite thing about Windows 7? Any Windows 7 fans in the chat? Windows XP was pretty nice. Remember that one? That was good. The lack of advertisements. No. Think about all the shareholder value they were missing out on, though. How are you supposed to have an operating system without ads? That's crazy. Windows 7 was the last one nobody really complained about. Yeah, Windows 7 was good. I think by the time Windows 7 existed, I was already using Linux, but I used it a little bit. And it did seem pretty alright. Now everyone has to be on Windows 10 or 11. And people were like, oh, Windows 10 sucks. And now that Windows 11 is out, people are like, ah, oh, man, I sure wish I was on Windows 10 again. Windows 98. Windows 7 just did what it was supposed to. It was pretty nice. Do you all remember in old Windows versions where instead of having icons, you would actually have like the title of the tab? The title of the window? Remember that? That's not even a thing anymore. Welcome DX Nomad. What's the deal with that? Okay, so this one, we have 2 there, and then the rest of it is here. And then we have this snowman. This snowman right here is totally for real. It is totally a real snowman that exists in the real world. Okay, so that's what this is here. And then it goes down. It goes all the way down to here. And then we got some round. You've seen that snow. Where have you seen the snowman? Are you sure that this is a snowman that you've seen? Are you making this up? Okay, this one goes there, and then you got this one, right? This one right there. This maybe needs to be slightly darker. I could take this one and paint this one in. Isn't that a bowling pin? No. How can this possibly be a bowling pin? Windows 11 is partially written in Rust. I mean, they're adding Rust to things in general. I think it's cool that they're doing it. Actually, remember when I was jobless and I interviewed at places, and then I was like, I actually interviewed at Microsoft, and they talked about how they were using Rust a bit more. I thought that was cool. But I did not. I mean, they said they would like to do another set of interviews, but I had already accepted an offer by them. They were too slow. So now you know that I don't work at Microsoft. Well, what if that's a lie? What if I do actually work at Microsoft? But I was just saying that to throw you off. I don't though. What if I did though? What if I did? Okay, so we have Snowman. Very cool. Let's add Snowman to the game. We got background tile. We got tile set. Does Microsoft have much of a presence in New York? I don't know, probably. I think the one that I applied to was remote though. Because I was specifically applying to remote positions. I mean, the place I applied to that I'm working at right now was originally remote. But then they instituted return to office. And then I now have to be in the office. Sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes. Alright, we got Snowman. Snowman rendering. Texture origin. It's gotta be 8, right? It's 8? Is that 8? Or 4? 4. It's actually 4. I thought it was 8, but I was mistaken. Alright, what's a good spot for the snowman? Maybe over here. There's like nothing over here, right? What the? I can't put it there. It has to be here. Hey, wait. Whoa, frick. Wait a second. Wait, why does this have the... This should not have the shader on it. No, it should. It should have the shader. It's because this is pure white, and I can't have that. It's because the pure white has some elements of color of various kinds. Welcome Ulchkar. I need to change the palette so that instead of being 255, 255, 255, it has to be... Oh wait, how do I change this? Oh, my color is open. It's open right here. It's got to be 254, 254, 254. And that is specifically because I have it so that things that have 255 are replaced with other textures. So once this has been changed, it should now show up correctly. Okay, so let's see what it looks like in the game. If we take the player and move them to this room, wow, that is really small. That's actually too small. And also the hat blends in too much. Okay, let's make the hat darker. It's gonna be like this color. Actually, is that too small? Yeah, it is player sized. So maybe it's fine. It just feels small because I guess because we have mushrooms and crates that look much larger. Maybe it's fine. This color, the hat color also doesn't stand out very much though. Because the background is dark. We should make it like a lighter color. Maybe it's like this color. What about this? No. What if it was this one? What if it was this one? Nothing wrong with making it 50% bigger. But it's not the same. Yeah, it does look a bit too small. Maybe it's fine. I mean, like, when was the last time you all built a snowman? And was that snowman really, like, larger than you? Right, when I built a snowman, it was, like, definitely not larger than me. I feel like maybe this is a perfectly okay size for a snowman. Never built a snowman? Zoe said, maybe I need kids for this? What are you talking about? For building a snowman? You can build a snowman regardless of age. Alright, now would adding multiple snowmen be too much though? We have one. Look, there's an ice cream truck outside. I have no reason to build a snowman solo. That is true. I guess when I built a snowman, it was with my friend. Never really built a snowman on my own. As I built small snowmen. Like a snowman that's like the size of maybe like, I don't know, like better. I don't even know. Like a shoe, the size of a shoe. It has to be friends or with parents. What about with a dog? What if you had a dog that knew how to build snowmen? Would you not build a snowman with that dog? Would you be so mean as to not build a snowman for this dog that knows how to build snowmen? Kind of messed up that you would do that. What if you have several snowmen but they have a different variation? True, I could do that. You're not sure? You would not build a snowman with the dog that builds snowmen? What the heck, man? A dog? What? What's wrong with dogs that can make snowmen? Wait, this has collision. Are you seeing this? That's not supposed to happen. Why does this have collision? It's weird. Hold on. Did I put it on the wrong layer? What layer is this guy even on? paint tiles? Was it on the background tile? It's not. I put it on the wrong thing. I put it on the one-way platform. This is not a one-way platform. Bro, that's so silly. He got too silly. He put the snowman on the one-way platform. It's supposed to be in the background tile. There we go. Alright, we have the player, the snowman. I mean, I could have different snowmen. There could be one with like different color scarf. There could be one with maybe like, I don't even know. I don't even know what else there could be. Welcome, Good Cat Gaming. Yo, what if when you walked into the snowman, it like disintegrated? It's like, no, look what you did. You ruined the snowman. I can't believe you would walk. And then you have to like avoid the snowman. You have to be like, oh, what if I, you know, jump over it? Nah, that's too mean. It's too much. People would be traumatized. They're like, I can't believe, I didn't know I was gonna destroy the snowman. I thought it was just a regular snowman. And then it leads you to think, who built this snowman? Who even put this snowman here, huh? We've traversed this entire world and we have not seen a single other entity existing. And yet, there's a snowman. Who put this here? And how long has it been here, huh? Has it been here for hundreds of years? I feel like I should put a snowman here. Right, so that players know that there's something over there. Thought you were playing Celeste, but you're actually playing Undertale. So true though. There, okay, we have a snowman there, so that once players enter this area, they will remember that there is something here. They won't be like, oh, I don't know where to go now. They'll be like, oh, right, the snowman. I gotta go toward that snowman. This one right here. Yeah, look at that. You're like, whoa, a winter biome? I gotta check that out. And then they start going, and then they enter the new area. Alright, so that's good. We have some snowmen. Alright, so what are some other, like, wintry decorations that are not snowmen or trees? The size looks more appropriate with the trees on the screen. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. We just need other things around it. Other things. Create igloos. Do I want to have an igloo? Is that too much? I feel like maybe an igloo would be nice. We do have like one area that is pretty open. Like I had nothing to put here. I think maybe instead of having a snowman, I could have an igloo. No, but then that's like a lot of effort to just have one igloo. What are some other snowy decorations? Oh, a stump! True, I could add a stump. A stump with some snow on it. True, I could do that. Oh, some fences with snow? Icicle? No, because I feel like icicles, it's like, they're kind of similar to spikes. So the user might think that they will kill you, right? I mean, these kind of look like icicles, right? We got stumps. Oh, bushes. We could have bushes with snow on them. True, I could do that. I could have bushes. Or I could have some rocks. Maybe some rocks? I think I'll put some rocks in here. How about snow pile on the crates mushroom? No, that's too much effort though. Like I could see that it would be interesting, but also it's like too much. Well, I mean, is it too much? I don't know. Welcome, pork foo. It would look nice, but I feel like that would be too much. There's too much scope creep. Oh, these trees look nice. Wait a second. These trees do look good. Got platforms. They've gotten... Okay, what do they have here? Igloos. They've gotten... Okay, maybe I should add some rocks. Some rocks with snow on them. Make the mushrooms blue. Wait a second. Now I like the fact that they're red and they stand out. Because if they're blue, they look too similar to the surroundings. There's got to be something that tells you, like, hey, this is something to consider. Trees with no, yes, trees with no leaves. That is a thing that I thought about adding. That I should maybe add right now. Alright, first let's add some rocks. I think rocks should be pretty easy. We can have a rock like, oh no, a rock like this. How do people even draw? Oh, is that Bochi? Is Bochi the Rock right there? Bochi the Rock Johnson. Bam. And then just put some snow on it. Wow, that's it. Wait, that's not even, that doesn't even look good. Maybe rocks are too much. Maybe they're not enough. Maybe actually... Okay, so they've got snowmen, they got rocks, they got bushes with snow, they've got trees with no leaves. Oh, some grass. Wait, I could have some grass with snow on it. Or maybe, Santa? We could have Santa. A tent. Some rocks. This is like some really nice pixel art though. Look at it, it's so pretty. Unreal Engine. Trees. We got trees out here. Snow City. Ooh, what about some Christmas lights? Wait a second. What if I had like those Christmas trees? There could be like one area where there's like trees that have decorations on them. Like maybe over here, this area where I have nothing, I could have some festive celebration. Or what? Or maybe, I don't know. Let me finish this rock. How do people make rocks that look good? Pixel art rock. Looks like I will be able to eat through my batch of sunflower seeds today. How many did you have? It was awkward. Don't Google flowers blooming in winter on stream. I can't even imagine what that is. What even would that be? Flowers blooming in winter? The blooming onion? We got rocks. Maybe I don't add rocks. Maybe I've had issues drawing rocks before. Do you remember that one time I was doing 3D modeling? And then I tried to model a rock and it didn't work out well. Could not figure out how to get it to look nice. You know, maybe we don't have this wrong. Maybe I just focus on working on this tree. Alright, so let's take a look. How do people draw these trees? Is this a thing that doesn't have a punchline of safe searches on? If safe search is on. Got a bunch of pictures of flowers blooming in winter. Oh, that's not safe for work. You can't be having that. It's unbelievable, man. It's crazy. Okay, let's have tree. Let's have tree. Okay, let's use the tools given to us by the line tool. Christmas rose, scientific name. What does that mean? Crimbus. I see. Okay, maybe, can someone explain what this is? Alright, so let's see. We have tree. Tree is here. And then it goes in slightly. And then goes there. It's the N word. What? Christmas road? What? What does that mean? Chat, they're refusing to pay my intern $2 an hour more. What am I supposed to say about that, though? This is so sad. Can we get some gifted subs for the intern? Haleberus. Okay, what if I search for it in not on stream? What if I search for it in different tab? What's the name of a country? Okay. Why did they have sipping sounds? We got sipping sounds in the song. This tree seems a bit too narrow. I would say maybe it's got to be less narrow. They also have the word listen in the song. Okay, what if it was like this? It's like the N word but with one G. Is that like the name of the flower? I don't know. Okay, we got tree. Tree. What if I look up tutorial? Pixel art. Tree. Winter. Tree. Tutorial. Oh, this one looks really nice. What the heck? How did they do? Well, okay. Does it look nice? I don't know if it is. Is this AI generated? This does not look like pixels. This looks a bit strange. That's not a pixel. That's not even a pixel. They got mixels in here. I take back my comment. A bad word has a Latin root used in a bunch of other words. I can't believe this. Why would they do that? Wait, this tree. This is a pretty nice tree. This tree. Okay, this. What if I just try to copy this tree? So it goes down. It's like a little bit flat at the top. Right. It's like the constant line. The line is of constant slope. And then it goes downward. Alright, so it's like this. It goes down a bit, but not too much, just like a little bit. And then it goes down, and then from there it continues going downward. Like that. Right, and then it goes in. And then it goes down again. And goes down once more. It's because Wolfie is busy. Don't think he won't flatten you. What, the tree? The freaking tree? Now I feel like once it goes down here, I imagine, okay, I thought that it would be less sloped. And that was not the case. I was in fact mistaken. Okay, what if this was in the middle? If this is here in the middle, and then from here you have like a little bit like this. It's like that, right? No, but then some of these have like this kind of shape. This type of shape out there. So perhaps it's like this. Right. But then you can also move this down. Like that. Okay, maybe that's not it. Maybe it's like that. Do you ever think this tree has feet? I have not thought about this. It is not a thing that I've considered. Are you often thinking about tree feet? Is this a common occurrence? Alright, so this is here. And then it goes 2 over. So maybe actually this one goes here. How's everyone's Friday doing though? Are you all having a good Friday? Are you all having a bad Friday? Why? Why would you have? Oh wait, look at this. Wait, look at this tree. Wait a second. That's a good looking tree. How to make easy pixel art trees. Wow, look at that animation. How did they make this tree? They just start drawing arbitrarily. Just start drawing shapes. Just use some ideas. Oh wait, look, wait, this shape. I like that shape. This one right here. This one, that's a nice looking shape. When I doodle, I add tiny feet to things so they stand. What? But why? Pretty tired this Friday, still at the office. Front doors are open and it's freezing. Why don't you close the front doors then? If it was me, I would simply close the door. Okay, so you sketch a shape, and then you kind of just draw on top of it. Welcome to Maya. A chicken? What the heck? Stand in the place that you live. Standing there. To keep it open for air quality, why don't they get like an air purifier? Gotta have air purifiers. Look at this tree. This tree is so good. What the heck? How did they do that? Me watching the video that explains how they did it. How did they do that? Oh my god. Bro, how did they do that? Okay, I'm gonna maybe copy this. So I feel like this one is too structured. This tree has got too much structure to it. I imagine that it would not look so good when there's many of them. So we'll move that somewhere else. We will start over. We will copy how they did this. Welcome, Tag Barrel. Pine. Is it a pine tree or a fir tree? I don't really even know the difference. Do you ever try doing the pixel art simplification yourself? What does that mean? What does that refer to? Okay, so let's try this. If I simply start drawing shapes. Now I know this also has a pixel perfect brush. And this will prevent your lines from like overlapping like this. Like if you did this, it has like these kind of shapes. If you do this, it does not. As in looking at a tree and try to figure out how to do it in pixel art. No. I do not do that. I could though, but I won't. A PP brush? No, it's a pixel perfect brush. It's totally different. I know very few tree names in English after oak, birch, and spruce. It starts to get messy. I know them from Minecraft. Anyone can relate to this? Do you know your tree names because of Minecraft? Because that's how I know a lot of them. That's why I know what a birch tree is. It's the white tree. An oak tree, that's like the default Minecraft tree. It's that simple. And I would imagine a lot of people have also learned it that way. I would imagine a lot of people learn about bugs from Animal Crossing. Right? When you see like the common butterflies in Animal Crossing, you're like, oh yeah, this is the, that's the monarch butterfly, right? That's the whatever butterfly. That's why video games are good. They teach us things sometimes. Not always, just sometimes. Video games be teaching me real life things exactly. What's the coolest thing you've all learned from a video game? Any useful life advice from games? I learned about monarch butterflies from outside. Well, I learned about them from Animal Crossing, so skill issue. For me. Skill issue for me, specifically. Monarch butterflies are pretty cool. They are pretty cool. It's like the orange one, right? I learned about emperor butterflies from Animal Crossing. They're like the large ones, right? Wait, are emperor... Wait, I already forgot. Emperor... Is that the blue one? Or is that the larger? Oh yeah, it is the blue one, okay. Welcome Hongtown. Am I making ski free? Yes, that is exactly the game that I'm making. How did you know? How did he know this? That's crazy. You were able to guess that based on this alone? Unbelievable. No, I'm not. It's just a joke. I'm not actually making ski free. It's a platformer game. Let's see, I'm not sure if I learned something from video games beyond morals that got absorbed into my moral codex without any evidence of where they came from, like a silly AI. This guy is absorbing knowledge from multiple sources. Cancel him. Unbelievable, man. Not even crediting your sources? Bro. It's cringe. How did they do this? Okay, so they have like some layers. These trees have layers, man. Trees. And then some more. Some more layers. Learned that I like shmups by playing Zero Ranger. Is that morals though? I don't think that's morals. That's learning about video games from video games, which is like kind of a different thing. And of course, games. Oh, beyond morals. What have I learned from games? I've learned that I don't even know. Have I learned anything? I learned the poker hands from Balatro. That's a thing. I learned about other. Welcome Last Tabaka. I learned that the Japanese school week has 6 days. Wait, I didn't know that. They go to school 6 days a week? What? I learned about the solar system from an educational game when I was a kid. But which one? Yeah, I didn't know it was 6 days. I always thought it was also 5 days. How can they only have 1 day off, dude? That's absurd. Where's space? Oh, Carbon San Diego. I remember those games. I don't remember anything about the games. I just remember that they exist. Classic. They're classics. Everyone talks about them. That's not true. Does anyone talk about them anymore? Probably not. Alright, look at this tree. Isn't this a tree? If I've ever seen a tree, this is one of them. There's a tree right there. I learned about curling from Digimon. Oh, I'm like 5 minutes late to drinking water. I'm gonna drink water right now. Alright, I have successfully hydrated, and now we will resume drawing a tree. Alright, so let's see, this tree is going to not to be here, it's going to be here. Now, I feel like my tree does not have this many details on the bottom. Maybe it should. Maybe it should have these details on the bottom. Or maybe I develop my own style. What if I develop my own style instead of just simply copying examples from online? Have you considered this? If I were to do that? That's crazy. That's absurd. I would never do such a thing. I learned prime numbers up to 100 from Final Fantasy Tactics. Did they have that? Oh wait, are you talking about... Okay, I was thinking of Tactics Advance. I'm like, I don't remember that. Looks like it's not mandatory to do 6 days anymore. But when did they stop? When did they stop doing that? And also, how do they draw the trunk? Okay, so it's like this. It's quite a tall trunk. What was the thought line? Wait, what thought line? What line was that? Okay, so it's like this. You got this tree right here. Literally, and then maybe you have like a little bit like this. Or is that too much? Is that too much? I think it's fine. Okay, then you add this. And then you add this. That's a nice outline, thank you. It is quite clean, actually. Alright, and then from this, start adding the shading. You know, obviously, from here is darker, because it's below the tree. And then here perhaps as well. It's like this. The tree. And then... No. Then maybe it goes like this. There, that's something, okay? Okay, and then we start shading, we start adding details to the tree. How do they add details to this tree? Go here, they fill it with the color, which I've done. They also have like, okay, so they have like these things in there. So I could take this one, get a lighter color, maybe. I mean, it is the same color for them, but I could get a lighter color, maybe. Or, wait, what color are these? These? Wait, these ones I didn't have an outline on. I feel like it would be strange for me to have an outline on this tree, if this one barely has one. What am I doing? This is the conflicting styles, man. You don't even know what he's doing. Bro doesn't even know that he's mixing line art styles. Get him out of here. Yeah, it should be lineless. I wonder if Persona 5 or 6... what? Persona 5 has 6 or 5 school days a week. The black on the right side look kind of cool. like this. I feel like in the game though, it's gonna hardly be noticeable though, because the background is pretty dark. So I think it might be better to have it be lineless. I mean, it would be easy to add the line back afterward if I need it. I will remove the outline for now. And then I will see how they do this. So they add some darkness there. Okay, so the areas that are in the shadow are dark, obviously, clearly. Okay, so we can make this green. What about this green? This green could be the darkest part, okay? And then we take, we do this internal selection right here. And then we have some brighter green. This will be 3. It'll be 3. So at the very bottom, it is dark. Wait, hold on. Before I do that, let me copy this elsewhere in case I like the outline. If I want to go back to the outline, I have something to go back to. Okay, so if I were to simply fill the entire... Oh, but then I lose these details down here. Quite complex, actually. I don't know what to do about it. Okay, what if it was like this? Ooh, this looks like a nice green. Okay, we got this green. We have this dark green. And then choose this one. And then we have slightly less dark green. But this guy's tree doesn't look like that, right? This guy's tree, okay, so it has, you fill in the dark should be there. Alright, so if I'm doing this is like filling in the lighter parts. Perhaps it's like this. That's something, this is something, right? Actually, that actually looks pretty good. What the heck? Trees though? Trees? Wait, that actually looks acceptable, even. Wow. Okay, and then we can get some brighter colors at the top right here. We do need to fill it with snow though. This tutorial does not cover snow, but I will add snow to the top. Okay, now this green may be a bit too bright, but that's fine. Maybe it's fine. I may switch back to 1 pixel for this. Go here, and here, and there. Let me fill this one in. Wow. And then you do the same thing for this one. Right here. Actually, okay, so this part looks a bit too flat. I feel like it needs to be like a bit more curved. Maybe I just like lower this a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks better. And then this one, lower this one as well. Can't believe we're just filling in colors. Yeah, the mind is filling in the details. Whoops. I guess I could also lower this one slightly. Like that. As well as this one, perhaps. I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm too used to using my Mac. The buttons are different on Mac. Alright, so then I think this one could be darker. Why can't I color this? This one should be like this. Okay, then we add some snow to it. So we take the white from the snow. And then... Okay, so I did say I don't want the outline though. The outline is a bit much. So what if I start gradually removing the outline? I take this color and then just fill in these. I feel like I could keep some of this like really dark black here. But not all of it, just some of it, you know, like at the very bottom, maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. Does anyone even really know? Any knowers out there? How can one even say they know things? You can't. You simply cannot do it. Nowadays, in this world, this modern society, there's no way to really even know. And that's why it's weird. This is when we go, what is he talking about? What is Wolfie saying? He's reached the part of the stream where he just starts saying things. Society. Man. Okay. Got this one. Is meditation. Has anyone meditated recently? I do still use the Headspace app every night to listen to sleepcasts. Welcome, Markler. I know how to make a Taco Bell style double-decker taco. I don't even know what that is. Some of these new AI videos are going to be impossible to know things. True. Imagine growing up in today's society with AI being everywhere. People submitting assignments written by AI. People paying money to go to college simply to use AI to do all their assignments for them. It's messed up. He's fricked up, man. There was one with the car trade show where it was almost impossible to tell. Sometimes the shadows were off and the arms were too thick. Man. Can't believe this. I did not see the car trade show one though. My friends and I coming into town and we're gonna have a group meditation. Like monk chanting. Is that real? How did it start? And one person just like, hey, what if we just like meditated? And everyone was like, that sounds great actually. That sounds quite goated. Do people still say goated? I still say goated sometimes. When I watch streams, sometimes when streamer does something cool, I will just say streamer is goated. Chocojack says goated sometimes. Or she's goated though. Goated with the sauce. Goated with the sus. Me when I'm playing Among Us and I'm goated and also sus. He's goated with the sus. They're always saying this. They're always saying this. You can't stop them from saying it. I wasn't there for the beginning. We basically just sing long tones. I see. Sounds nice though. Alright, so let's see. We got some snow on this tree right here. Some snow. Good old snow on tree. How to draw snow on tree? Pixel art snow. Okay, so they got the snow on these segments right there. Wait, but they're different. These ones have them on the lower segments, but not the top one. But this one, these ones, I think it makes sense to be on the top ones, right? Because that's where the snow lands. I mean, it could be on any of them. Like, it could literally be. I don't even know. Alright, what if I copy this tree and then I put it somewhere else? Simply to preserve the status. Because I could mess up. I could mess up and then it's gonna look bad. Alright, let's see. Oh, this tree looks good though. How do they do this? How did they do this tree? There's so many ways to draw trees. And so then at the top here, I like this tree better than my tree. Why did I do the tree like this? This is stupid. No, I think it looks fine, but like, this tree looks nice. It's generally not on the tip top because it doesn't hold the snow's weight, but on the, oh right, because yeah, they got like, yeah, it's like the tree, it's like there, and then, okay, then we add some snow here. It doesn't have to be like all on the tree, you know, it could be, you know, just like some light sprinklings of snow, perhaps. Maybe like here and there. Maybe even, and then you use the darker tone for like the under area because there is shadow underneath. That one as well. Ferns are kind of sparse in various places. True. I mean, that's why this one looks nicer to me. Right? It's got the clear separation of shapes. I mean, this doesn't look bad, but it's not like this, you know? Look at this one. That one looks so good. Okay, what if it was like this? What if it was simply like this? Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Like this. You could look at real no, imagine looking at real trees. It's absurd. Snow tree. What do I do on Christmas? Nothing usually. I'll watch a stream, probably. Oh, look at this. Interesting. Interesting tree. Oh, look at this tree. Interesting. Okay. Could do this. We could have this one here. And then this. And then also this. Which of these trees are AI generated? None of them. This one might be. This one looks fake. Although, you know, you can't tell whether it's AI generated or just like photoshopped, you know? Things are different sometimes. Okay, we have this snow. This snow right here. I feel like there's not enough on this part. So I will add more on here. And there should be some here as well. There's no reason why it's here but not here. right? So you can simply add some as well. And then here. Okay, and then if you're going to have that there, it should also then be here. And also here. Okay, let's see what that looks like in the game. Let's put this tree in the game. Alright, we go to background tile, we go to the tile map, we simply select this one. And then we change the offset. The offset is going to be like 12 perhaps? No, it's like 16. It is 16 pixels vertically. Okay. We take this one and then we put it over here. We replace. Okay, hold on. I need to add. What is that? Y sorting? Is that a thing? How do I set that up? Rendering Y sort origin. Godot tile map Y sort. How to use a Y sort. Y sort origin. There's a checkbox for each layer to enable Y sorting. Where? It'd be nice if they told me where it was. Godot for Y sorting. Enable property on the tile map node. Where is it? Y sort enabled property. Oh, it's on the canvas. I see. It's on the canvas item. Y sort enabled true. Okay, so we put this here. Okay, so now it's valid. I don't want to replace that snowman though. I put this here. Oh, but then okay, this is on the same layer as some other stuff, so it has some issues. We could have it perhaps maybe, you know, let's just replace this snowman. Now, what does this look like in the game? We take the player, we put them into this room. I guess that looks alright. I think it doesn't look as good as like the other trees that I have though. There's something about it. Doesn't look right. You think maybe it's like the amount of snow? If I just added snow to the entire thing, it would look nicer. Because this is not connected. This one goes here. And then if I did this. Surely this is better, right? Because it is snowing quite a bit. It is snowing a lot. And also this. Okay. It looks a little bright and saturated. True. Maybe that is true. You are perhaps correct about this. Okay, but if I were to use darker colors though, how would that even be? Well, that's because like, okay, so The trees over here are also pretty saturated compared to the dirt though. Although, I don't know. I simply don't know. Did I not save this? Okay, there we go. It does look a bit bright. I think maybe it's like the snow being white. Maybe that's what it is. What if I use like, if I make this the main color and then the color after that is darker? But would that be too dark though? Is that too dark? I don't know. We could try using the shading tool. Oops. How does that work? Shading. What if it was like this? Is that better? I don't know. Maybe. It is a bit better. What if I make the green darker? So let's see, the darkest green we have is this one, right? So we can take this, wait, this is this, okay, it's not that dark. So we could try to shade this one. And that's the opposite, that's the wrong color. Oh, okay, wait, what about this one? What about this? Now I feel like this one blends in too much though. Okay, maybe it's like the trunk. Yeah, the trunk is a bit too bright. So the trunk is this color. We could darken it such that it is this color. Oh, I think maybe that's what it is. Is that better? I think this feels better. Let's try that with the darker green. Maybe. Or what if, wait, what if I selectively darken? Maybe like this side is darker. But then the left side, that's where the light is coming from. Whoa. What if it was like this? Wait, I don't think I saved. Save it. We reload it. That feels better, I think. It does not stand out too much. This seems good to me. Although I think I should have applied the shading to everything, because like this part on the left side, it blends in a bit too much with the background. Right, that right there, you can kind of, it's almost the same color. So if I did this. Oh, what if I applied it like, if we did like this, and then like that. I don't know, maybe. Maybe that looks a bit strange. Does that look strange? That looks a bit strange. Let's not do that. Or does it? Or maybe it's only because... What if it was like this? And then this side also had it. And then this. And then we had this. I wonder how artists approach lighting in sprite games. You would assume the light source to always be the same place. Yes. That is true. Welcome, Prosto. That looks good. This one looks good. I think that looks alright. Certainly one wouldn't do highlights after the fact, though you could still do it. I imagine they would do it during. Yes. Alright, so I think that's good. This seems good to me. Let us maybe add a bit more of this to here. What? It's cool seeing how much the game has developed since the beginning, right? I feel like most of the change has been in the past week. Like adding decorations really makes the game seem a lot more livelier. Because, you know, before it was a lot of just placeholder backgrounds. Now we got real backgrounds. For real, for real. Okay. I think that looks alright. Okay, so we can add some more trees. Let's add some variety of trees to this. Perhaps, maybe. Could also make this darker. Okay. So, the next tree is going to be very similar. I feel like it's harder to make variations of these kinds of trees compared to these trees. Right? They mostly look quite similar. I guess the main difference is like the size of the tree. Right, you compare this one to that. Oh, we could, right, I did mention trees with no leaves. The sparser ones are easier. Welcome, Mad Scientists. Oh, sorry, Mad Scientist Me. The sparser ones are easier and different types. True, yes, we can have variations. Okay, so I don't need this one anymore. I feel like I will not be using this one. This one I feel like is very easy to recreate, so I will just remove it. This one, I don't think I need this one anymore. But what if I regret it? What if I'm like, wait, actually I should not have deleted? No, it's fine. Alright, let's make a second one of these trees. So we could have one that's maybe like, I don't know, something. Some kind of tree. I should like this video. I'm gonna open this video on my main computer and then I'm gonna like the video. I'm gonna like, but not comment or subscribe or hit that notification bell. Unless they have other good videos. Let's see, what videos they have. Videos, spriting. No, most of their videos are not tutorials. I don't even know what their videos are. That's a sin. Welcome, Louis Zaki. Not liking nor commenting. Well, I liked the video. I just didn't respond. Subscribe Mint. Subscribe to Mint, the streamer known as Mint. Alright, what if I try to make this tree? How did they make this tree? What about these trees? What about these trees? Generative AI Winter Snowy. Oh man, guys, they got the generative AI Winter Snowy out here. Christmas tree, spruce tree. Grr. AI generated. Get out of here. Okay, what about What about this tree? This is also AI image, bro. What about this one? You think this one is AI? I don't know. I can't tell. Now this one looks AI. It literally has Cray AI. They put AI in the name. You can tell because these are not actually pixels. They're like mixed mixels. Is this one AI? I don't know. Alright, second tree. Okay, so for this tree, AI has a hard time with pixels. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't know. It's like, let's draw a pixel and it's like, it looks like this. It's like oblong. Alright, so we gotta draw tree. Alright, so for this next tree, it's going to be it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be the exact same the exact same tree. Okay, what if I make this one so that it's a bit more like this? It goes out like this a bit more. But maybe this is too much. It's maybe too much. Or maybe it's fine. I don't know. Welcome, Panis. No, that's too much. It's way too much. Okay, but like this though. This one seems like a good amount, perhaps. The tree is shrugging, exactly. You can't have that. Imagine a tree not even knowing what it's doing. What if you made it that? What if you made it like that thin one that I liked? Which one? I already forgot. Which one? Which one was this one? Oh, this one? This one? Oh, if I had like a long, the trunk is longer. I could do that. Was what? This one? Or oh, I should have made the tree like this instead. It was where was it? This one. Ah, this one. Yes. But I'm like, how did they do that? How did they make it look like this? Okay, I'll finish this one first. We could have like some slanted trees. It could be like this, perhaps. No, like this. It's too slanted. What about this? What if the tree was like this? Welcome, Liquid Cake. Italic trees. So true. So true, though. No, I think that's too slanted. It can't be this slanted. Me when I. So true. Okay, let's not do that. Like this and that. Is this even a good tree? I guess we'll find out. Once we fill in the shape, we will find out. How did I do it last time? Okay, so it wasn't like this. I selected with this, and then I just added some light to it. I went to the 3 pixel brush, and then I started just like drawing stuff like this on top. Nice tree. Thank you. Wow, it's already looking like a tree. It's that easy, guys. It's literally so easy to draw a tree. And then you go with the lighter one, right? This one. Right there, and you do the same one. With this one. Never even seen a tree like this. You think there's someone in the chat who has never seen a tree, like in general? Has anyone here not seen a tree? What's that like? What's it like to not know what a tree looks like? Never seen a tree? How? I don't think so. I think you're making this up. Not in this chat. I refuse to believe. Yeah, I can't believe it, man. You live in a cave? I think you made that up. That can't possibly be real. Wait, these are different colored. These are differently colored. I've only seen shadows of trees on the cave walls. The allegory of the cave. What about the opposite? Has anyone in this chat seen all trees? I don't think. That's impossible. You cannot possibly see all trees. If someone claimed that they've seen all trees, I think they're lying. Even you can't even see like 50% of the trees in the world. It's impossible. Literally impossible. I think some places in the world have very few trees. So it's not impossible to have never seen one. I feel like it is impossible. As someone who has access to the internet, I would assume that they're in a place that at least has some trees, maybe. What about an astronaut who goes around the world? Well, they didn't see like every individual tree. Pictures don't count. Yeah, I wasn't talking about pictures though. I just mean like as someone who is out there in this world. Surely. Are there even trees on Svalbard? I don't even know what that is. Welcome, Cryptic Command. Looking at trees. What about looking at D's? Got him. Can't believe that he got us like this. Have we ever been so gotten in the history of being gotten? I don't think so. Okay, what if I painted the snow with a 2 pixel brush? No, that's too much. What about a 21 pixel brush? These nut trees. Got them. Wow. What are we talking about? What am I saying? Hey guys, did you see the news? Sports. Did you guys see the sports the other day? The Knicks, am I right guys? Didn't they lose? Did the Knicks lose? Me as a New Yorker, I don't even know sports. Svalbard is a big old island that belongs nominally to Norway and is in the Arctic Circle. Home to many of the most northern permanently inhabited settlements. I see. I did not know that. Have you ever been so saying that you say stuff? I'm doing that right now, actually. Northern. The lion from the north. John Lyon from The Northern Line live super show. You know, there's people that don't even know what the Northern Line live super show is. They just think it's his overlay. Welcome, Ghost Magic. It was an actual show. It would occur often, weekly, multiple times per week. Everyone can go and live freely on Svalbard. Where would they go, though? Would you ever live in a place that had, like, so much snow? Like, would you move to Antarctica? And you're like, Wolfie, what's the benefit? These hypotheticals always have, like, you would move here, but you would get something in return. No, you would get nothing. Would you ever do it for free, for nothing? Some people might. They might just want to experience, you know, a new environment. Some people do go to Antarctica forever. That's the point. It's so hard to live there, they make this law to bring people in. Oh, that's what you meant. They can they can go there and live there for free. I thought you meant they can, people from there can just go elsewhere. That's not what you meant. That yes, I misinterpreted your message. I see. Rip, Bear, Rob, Nick, Josh. Oh, Nick. Remember Nick? What about Hafu? What's she doing? Me when I accept moving to Antarctica, but I already live in Antarctica. Do you actually? Can you dox your location? Where do you live right now? Can you tell us your precise location? Right now. Remember Husky, StarCraft, and Dodger? I do not. That was... I don't know who those are. Should I know who they are? Look at this tree. Are you seeing this tree right here? Alright, so the question is this tree suitable? Alright, so I can also, let's see, we can lighten, we can do the shading to lighten some of this. You live exactly on the North Pole. It was quite funny because I got a taxi, a mine tour, and my luggage checked in at the airport all by the same guy. Not many people do so. Were you talking about Svalbard? You've been there? There's one guy doing everything. It's crazy. What was bro even doing? It's kind of cool though. I mean, like, how many people were even like in the airport, right? How many people are going over there? Is anyone even going there? He is the airport. He's also like flying the plane. It's just the guy's name, exactly. That's the Bard. That's John Bard right there. Stephen Bard. There's about 1,000 to 1,500 people there, depending on season. Well, that's cool. Do you all get like those recommended videos sometimes on your YouTube? There's like a town in like the northernmost part of Russia. It's called like Yakutia or something. What's it called? Yakutia. Is that what it is? Is this it? It's like the coldest human yeah, Yakuts. Wait. is that it? Is this the same thing? It's like a really cold place and people still do live there. Yakutsk time. Also welcome Peanut Tour. Norilsk. Maybe 1 to 50 people at the Pyramiden, which is the Russian settlement. I see. This place? No. What was the place that I was thinking of? Was it this place? Coldest human inhabited place. Oymyakon. It is a rural locality. Is this the coldest place inhabited by humans? Yeah, Yakut, right? Yakut. Anyway, imagine living there. It makes it seem like people die in the winter and make tons of babies in the spring. What does? What's happening? What are people even doing out there? Like, you would imagine if you were born in such a place that most people would be like, I gotta get out of here, like, as soon as possible. Well, I guess, I don't know, maybe because they get used to it. You grow up in such a cold place, your body just gets used to it. So maybe it's not such a big deal. But for someone to move there, it's going to be a pretty big deal. Also, welcome Orfish. I don't think I welcomed you. I imagine it would be cold. It is quite cold over there. Survivorship bias. That's also true. Imagine all the people that did not make it. Imagine being biased against the survivors. Then you move to Canada and cook alive at 23 Celsius. 23 Celsius, that is about, what is that in Fahrenheit? That is, so 20 is 68, and so that means 23 would be about 74 Fahrenheit, perhaps? It's about getting used to it and wearing thick clothes. Well, if you look at some of the videos, it gets pretty warm there apparently in summer. What is their climate data? Record high, record low. Record high, it gets to like, you know, like about 80 Fahrenheit, which is surprising to me. The place that has like really cold temperatures, you would not think that it actually gets really hot there, but it does. Record low, negative 86 Fahrenheit, negative 65.6 Celsius. How do people live like that? Imagine living. Those aren't too bad other than the record lows. I mean, this is pretty bad. The mean daily minimum is like negative this. It's like, that's something. It's bad, but not unbearably bad. You live near the Arctic Circle? Where, specifically? Iceland? Greenland, perhaps? Green Iceland? Finland, that is pretty close. Well, you know, most people don't live there, so most people are used to places that are warmer. They have very efficient insulation. I don't understand why you'd want to live in a place like that. Right, you would imagine that they would have moved out, you know? Looking at death statistics, apparently people have lower cold-related mortality compared to the other places that get cold. Interesting. Maybe they just got used to it. It's totally possible. It's not too bad if you have proper clothing. With those temperatures, there's a real issue of your eyebrows freezing. I do remember when I saw the videos of people that lived there, their eyebrows were like covered with like snow or frost. It's quite scary. And also, like, apparently plumbing doesn't work because it's like it's so cold that plumbing just freezes in the winter. And so they actually have to like harvest ice and then they like boil the ice to make warm water or whatever. That's right. They harvest the ice. They get like they have ice storage. That's wild. Okay, wait, okay, so the bottom should be like this, right? There should be some like this, perhaps. We need eyebrow warmers. They could have them. What if they already exist? We just don't know. Alright, I've created a second tree. This tree, I think, is maybe not as good as the first one. Maybe this should be a bit thinner. Perhaps. Yeah, welcome Raiders. Welcome RSVP ASAP. What are you doing? Are you a game developer? You are in fact doing— oh, a tree emoji? A tree emoji in your stream title? I'm literally drawing trees right now. Is a tree related raid? Hello? You are a game developer. I can tell based on the category. My tiny park dev. Did you draw trees today as well? How fitting. I'm adding trees to my game. Specifically to the winter areas. Let's see, Liquid Cake says, I turned up to work in the UK once with ice in my beard. Also my drink froze, which is pretty bad as it was isotonic, which had salt in it. I don't even know what that is. Zykes? What the? Zykes? I know that guy. He's here from the raid. We drew a tree for example's sake, but I was working on in-game events. That sounds cool. Is it like, what kind of game is it? Also welcome Vinny Gamer, yes. My game looks neat so far, thank you. I'm almost done with it. I've added many levels. This is the snow area. I have drawn, I drew trees last time for the forest area as well. It's a park built in Tycoon. Oh, it's like Planet Coaster, except instead of coasters, it's like a park. It's like a roller coaster tycoon, but instead of roller coasters, it's a park. That's cool. Those games are fun to watch. I don't think I've ever actually like played one myself. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and my cousin played SimCity, but I don't think I've played one ever since. I have seen many other people play it though, and they are fun to watch. And doing game dev on while watching game dev streams, that's how you do it. Alright, so we've added trees. I just want to see how this looks like in the game. So we have this tree right here. Let us set up tree. We've added another tree. Okay, so this one, texture origin 16. And then we put it in the game. Right, you gotta click on this one, and then you click on the second tree. Oh, I added it to the wrong layer again. This is not a one-way platform, it is a background tile. Right, what about this? It's overlapping with other stuff. Okay, what if I put it like over here? What if I put it like over here? I think that looks alright actually. It doesn't look too bad. And actually with these trees I could have horizontal symmetry as well. I didn't have those with these trees because like the light was specifically coming from the top left. But with these trees, there's not too much lighting. I could simply like flip them. Yeah, symmetry, exactly. Me when the trees are sim. Raid and run, get some dinner. Thanks for stopping by. Hope your dinner is good. Okay, so let's see. We got this one. This one. Those were some nice trees. Which one? Ah, yes, these trees back here. Yes, They are quite nice. Alright, let's see. We have these trees. This tree. Do you think 2 trees is good enough? I could put some trees in the spikes. Let's do that. We go here and click on this one. Quite a treat. Exactly. Everyone is always saying this. Okay, what if we had a tree like right here? And then another tree right here. And then the same tree. Now you don't want to keep using the same tree because sometimes it gets a bit repetitive. People then notice, you're like, wait, you've used this tree before. Does anyone remember when Northernlion was playing like, was it something, but Zoo Tycoon? Was that the game? One of those games. And he would not rotate his trees, so they all look the same. And then all the comments were like, dude, please rotate your trees. They're all facing the exact same direction, so there's no variety. And I don't think he did it once, and then he forgot to do it. Those were some times. I remember those days. Good times. Alright, we got this tree. We got another tree right there. We could consider adding, you know, maybe another tree up here. You know, always rotate your trees. Imagine not rotate. Imagine 2025 not rotating your trees. Cringe. Unbelievable, man. Alright, I need to add some more trees because this is not enough. There's too much repetition of the same tree. I also realized that I've not hydrated. I'm like 7 minutes late. Welcome, Guacamigo. How does it feel being 1 day older than yesterday? It feels bad. It feels the same, but also every passing day is a day closer to death. And you're like, oh, there he goes again talking about death. I'm gonna drink water right now. Alright, I've hydrated. Me when I bring up the rotate gizmo. The place is called So True. You should stop doing that. It is against the law in many regions. Not all regions, but many regions. We don't really know why it's illegal, what reason they have to ban it. I would say maybe it's a bit too dangerous. People could easily misuse it for evil. And that's too much. What region? Earth. Exactly. Alright, let's make another tree. I should commit this though. Let me commit this. Refreshing the index. Alright, what have I changed? We've changed some things. Pause menu, alright, I added the canvas layer, I added the trees. A very informative git diff that we have right here. Okay, git commit. Add some snowy trees. Alright, we have snowy trees. Let's add some more trees, okay? We'll just do the same thing, but have it be slightly different. I also did not notice that this tree is actually thinner. It is 3 tiles wide instead of 4. Which is cool, because it's got variety, you know? Alright, so next tree. Next tree. Let's add a third tree. This tree will be very similar. It's going to be the same tree, but not the same. It's going to be the same, but different. Okay. It's gonna be like this. Exactly. Literally like this. Now, they may be getting worse with time. It's hard to tell exactly. I feel like this does not look as good. I feel like this tree does not look as good as this one. And this one maybe also is not going to look as good. But that's fine. Not every tree needs to look good. There's some ugly trees out there. Have you seen some of the trees out there in society today? They don't even look good. And that's fine. They don't need to look good. It's not in their job description. They don't even have jobs. It doesn't make sense to apply human beauty standards to trees. Come on, man. They're totally different. Do you think trees have beauty standards? I mean, they don't have eyes, so I guess they I guess they don't really, you can't even tell. Do I have to walk a long distance in New York to find a tree? No. There's trees everywhere. There's a tree outside my place of residence even. Welcome Infinite Zero. There's a tree by my old job where the top and middle would lose its leaves first. It would have male pattern baldness. Oh, those trees. Do potatoes have beauty standards? They do have eyes, that is true. I don't know. Maybe. Well, okay, so like if you look at the New York street view, right? Let's look at Manhattan. We open up Google Maps. Okay, I think like every block probably has a tree. Well, maybe not every block, but there's many trees out there. We got trees right there. I mean, this is like a park-like area, but even not in those park-like areas, right? You got on the sidewalk right here. Okay, maybe not in Times Square. Well, no, even around Times Square, there are trees. If you look at, for example, what's Bryant Park. Well, okay, these are parks. We're not looking for parks. I don't know. You could look at Street View. There's many trees. Look at this one. There's a tree right there. There's literally, is that a tree? That's a tree right there. If you're too pretty as a tree, you get chopped for Christmas. True. No, like even the ugly looking trees get chopped. Okay, there's gotta be like some standard at least, right? There are trees that are like so ugly, they're like, we can't sell this, there's no way. But then they can sell them for cheap. People will still buy them. Do US schools do school trips to DC? Some of them do, yes. My school did not. I feel like if you're in a state that's near Washington DC, sure, but I would not imagine people from like California doing like a trip to Washington DC. Although I'm sure there probably are some. But I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps it is possible. Alright, well this tree, I don't know. I kind of fell off on these trees, huh? This one does not look that good. It's shaped weirdly. Okay, but what if it was like this though? Where did my school trip go to? Where did they go? I can't remember too many of them. There's like is Taconic? What is that? Taconic State. It's a park. It's like a remote. It's like this one. We went here. Taconic State Park. It was kind of nice. There was like a lodge. There's like mountains. There's like you can go camping. We didn't go camping, but we went here. Other places that we went to, I know some people went to like amusement parks. There was a Six Flags. I talked about this. For physics class, sometimes they would go to like Six Flags amusement park. They would have things to like measure the inertia of the roller coasters or whatever. What's it called? Potential energy. Something. They had something. They made it related to science. When I was in high school, my physics class went to Cedar Point. We did a worksheet for 30 minutes and then we had 8 hours to do whatever. 8 hours? That's a long time. 8 hours? Was it an overnight thing? Well, surely it has to be, right? No, it doesn't make sense. Actually, when you were in school, did you have like overnight trips? Where did you go for those? It was 9 p.m. when we got home. It was so late. Cause like the overnight trip. Actually, I remember in high school we had one overnight trip. I forget where we went exactly. Wait, where did we go? it was kind of like a lodge kind of area. I don't remember. Berlin? You went to Rome? Wow. That sounds nice. Wait, how far is it? How long does it take to go from Germany to Rome? Is it like pretty fast? You're naming places that I don't know, but I guess that was my question. Me when I asked them where they went and I don't know where it is. Shouldn't it be somewhere that I know? I can't believe you would name locations that I'm unfamiliar with. All right, let's start painting. We did go to some place in the Allgäu. I don't even know what that is. In elementary school, we had an overnight trip on an 1800 sailing ship in the harbor. What the heck? Oh, I know some people on their school trips. They go to like some of those like historical American settlement things, like the colonial era. Like Pennsylvania, they got like some colonial style things. I don't know. I also skipped a school trip because my parents were worried about bullying. What? Were you bullied? Or were they just worried for no reason? They're like, he can't go here. He's gonna be bullied for some reason. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what my most favorite school trip was. I can't really recall any that I really cared about. I was a bit of weirdo until like 9th grade. Yeah, he's not weird today. Totally normal. Just watching VTubers online. Some may argue that VTuber watchers are weirdos. And they would be correct. I know because I am one. I had one trip in elementary that went to some kind of nature lodge thing overnight. In high school, I know some folks went to Boston as part of an art history class. That's cool. School trips, they're nice. Me when I'm a vector and I get normalized after 9th grade. Me when my magnitude becomes 1. You're so normal, bro. We're so normal. Welcome, Tyrant. Hope you were having a good Friday. A swell Friday, if you will. Wow, trees are so easy. All you gotta do is consider the lighting. Good Friday was last month. See, I was thinking of Good Friday, but I did not say, because I feel like every time I say hope you're having a good Friday, and then I end up saying like, oh, but not Good Friday as in like the holiday Good Friday, but Good Friday as in like the day. I feel like I do that too much. So I didn't do it this time, and yet it was brought up. I can't avoid it. Welcome, Polyglitch. Magnitude 1.1 is so abnormal. And Polyglitch as well is here. What about Bad Friday? What about the best Friday? What was the best Friday of all time? What about the worst Friday? Ask the new Pope. Maybe he'll give you a pass to give Good Fridays out. Yeah, there is a new Pope, you know, maybe he has some insights. Maybe he'll make all Fridays good. Can't do that. You can't do that though. If every Friday is good, then that devalues the best Friday. It can't all be good. I think fall pine trees are more like different shades of brown without much green. Fall pines. What are they even doing out there? Gravity Falls. Well, he's slowly becoming the Bob Ross of pixel artists. Yeah, just start doing like scenery backgrounds and all that. Just start painting nature. You could do it. There's probably someone out there who does that. There's probably several. There's probably so many pixel artists out there just doing backgrounds. Greenish brown. What if they were exactly like this? Alright, well this tree looks a bit too flat though. Why does this tree look so flat? What have I done? Why does this look wrong? Why? Maybe it's because like this. Oh, because I haven't added the snow to it. I'm sure once I add the snow, everything's gonna look totally good. There's no bad pixels. Some may argue that there are bad pixels sometimes. Sometimes you got pixels and they simply just ruin the vibe. They just show up and everyone's like, this pixel should not be here. Has anyone had like a dead pixel on your electronic devices? I haven't had that happen in a long time, but I do remember one time I had one, and it was a green pixel specifically. It was very annoying. It would just be on the screen, and I'm like, I don't want this pixel on here. I think I do, but I might just have dust particles. I feel like you would be able to tell though. Well, okay, no, there's two different types of dead pixels. There's the kind that is like, it's like a black pixel, there's like no light. And then there's the kind where it's like a solid color, like green. Those are definitely worse. Your Vita has a dead pixel. What color is it? Is it green? Is it black? Oh no, I guess, no, I'm talking about, okay, so there's like dead pixel and there's stuck pixel, right? Is that what it is? Stuck pixel is the one that has color, and then dead pixel is the one that's just black. Is that true? Or did I just make that up? There's this one streamer that has an overlay that has a rogue pixel in the middle of the screen. I forget to tell them. What if you tell them next time? And then they say, how dare you? I thought no one would notice. They put that there on purpose, hoping that someone would ask them about it, and no one has asked them. And you were the first one. Yeah, and then you get banned because you ruined it for everyone. Now everyone's gonna notice. Like, I wish you hadn't told me. No, I can't unsee it. It's one of the stuck pixels. My Vita is OLED. I see. That's cool. And by cool, I mean not cool. I think it's very much not cool that your device has a stuck pixel. What if you tell them and they say, oh thanks, I know how to fix that? Maybe maybe they just didn't notice. Maybe they just don't know. You ever think sometimes there's like something that you've been doing wrong your whole life, but no one has thought to to tell you? And you're just like, oh, I just thought it was supposed to be like this. It's like, you know, like when you eat food and then there's like something is stuck in your teeth and then, you know, you're like, you don't even know about it. And then someone mentions it, you're like, hey, you have like a piece of like, I don't know, green in your teeth. I don't know. People generally tell me, but what if they don't though? Isn't that survivorship bias? They tell you some of them, but there are some that surely you don't know about. And then it's like, how many things are there that people are not telling me? If they don't tell me, then they can live with it. Yeah, but what if it's just like so bad that they're like, surely he knows about this, right? I can't tell him because this is such a big thing that surely someone else would have told him by now, right? That's why I try to be more honest with my friends as I get older, hopefully more mature. Now that's a reasonable approach to things. I think that is admirable. You can tell me what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm not naming like any specific thing. There's a sensitive issue we can work through. Exactly. That's emotional maturity. What if they don't tell because they think it's normal and think it's weird that they don't have green in their teeth? That's also a possibility. We should consider that people may be of different cultures that have different societal norms. Actually, that's like the thing. It's like all those videos that are like, hey, if you ever go to Japan, don't do this or they'll hate you. Like, you know, maybe you are doing things wrong and they just don't tell you because they're like, oh, they're stuff foreigner. They don't know the customs. It's fine. They're a tourist. But then if you live there, they'd be like, what the frick are you doing, man? You don't do this stuff, man. There could be stuff like that. But what if, you know, you could be living in your hometown and then they don't tell you because they think you're a tourist for some reason. Just don't be obnoxious. So, hey guys, if you ever go to Japan, don't you ever commit murder. It's frowned upon there. If you ever commit murder, they're not gonna stop you, but they're gonna look at you strangely. Don't you dare eat food while walking. Like, I think that's fine. You can eat food while walking in Japan. I've done it. Welcome, Hamflo. I know people that live there, and they've done it. I don't think it matters that much. Wolfie wants more variety in the trees. Icicles would be easy to add. I feel like icicles may make it a bit too noisy though. There may be too much noise. Or maybe it would be totally fine. I don't know. Okay, these ones, we could have snow on these. In there, and also there. Or maybe not. Maybe not there. I guess what's obnoxious differs sometimes. At least don't scream and take dumps on people's property. Being loud in public transport is obnoxious. Yeah, it's like when people are like playing music really loud on the train. And you're like... Do they know that their headphones aren't on? Like, sometimes people legitimately just don't know that they don't have their headphones on. There's one time when I was in high school and I worked at like a summer job for like a computer center. It's like one time when someone was in there and he was just like playing music really loudly, but like he just didn't realize that his headphones were not plugged in. And then we told him and he's like, oh, sorry, I actually did not know. Like there's stuff like that, you know? Maybe people are just being too polite. They just don't tell you about it. Or they might be assuming that you're being annoying on purpose, right? Sometimes you have people on the train and they're just listening to music really loud. We're just like, no one here wants to listen to your music, okay? But they don't care. I thought icicles were those funny one-wheeled bicycles. No, you're thinking of a unicycle. It's a totally different thing. Actually, I had named exactly what you were talking about. I thought I was trying to do the thing where I was naming a wrong thing, but actually I remembered that a unicycle is exactly what you're talking about. So I'm sorry, I messed up the bit. I should have said, you're thinking of, what can I even say? I don't even know. Sorry, I've ruined the bit. Sorry, guys, I messed it up. I can't believe I've done this. I tried to be funny, but I can't. No. You're thinking of the TF2 item from The Spy, and that's the one where you stab someone and they become the... Well, okay, that is an ice... It is shaped like an icicle. I don't know where I'm going with this. Onesie cycle? See, I was in the waiting room of the car mechanic and the guy clearly didn't know his headphones weren't plugged in. Exactly. Stuff like that just happens. And people, they just don't know. Unless someone tells them. And sometimes maybe no one will tell them. A Cyclops, exactly. No, you're thinking of the Unabomber. That's that's a thing. What's the deal? You're thinking of the university. Thinking of Univision. What's that? What is Univision? I don't even know. Well, look at this tree. Have you ever even seen a tree similar to this? Yes, because it is right here. Uni means one and vision means vision. Does it though? All it takes is a hey, your headphones aren't plugged in. Yeah, but what if they were intended on doing that, right? What if that was intentional? And they're simply just intentionally being annoying. Shading. I like the slanted one. Yeah, it adds some variety. I had some slanted ones for these trees as well. Alright, so we got this one. This one we can make this one slightly brighter. But not too bright. Sometimes you can make things too bright. Like this. Wait, am I doing... Wait, I'm lightening the... Wait, it should be darkening. What am I doing? I meant to darken these. Wait, did I mean... I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Oh no, I'm lightening. This is what I meant to do. Lighten these ones. And you could lighten it again, but that's too bright. It looks fine, but I feel like, you know, in the context of the game, this is too bright. If it was a different game, perhaps it would be fine. Speaking of people not realizing stuff in public, I was on a bus, the lady was checking her messages. She opened a nude and zoomed in and inspected a bit. And closed. Sometimes I see people just like looking at photos. It's a bit strange. Welcome, Hemp. There was one time I saw an old man on the train. He had like a, not a smartphone camera, but like one of those digital cameras. Very high quality looking digital camera. And he was just like looking at photos and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Old man with, you know, photography, whatever. But then he started like zooming in on like the girls. Just like this very strange atmosphere about that. I was like, okay, just like a scene of people walking around in the street. And they zoomed in on some girl. It's like really close, and I'm like, okay. Someone has to... No. At that point, if you open the picture, you may as well continue with what you were planning, own that mistake instead of panicking. It's also like, you know, on Twitter, sometimes you'll just open up Twitter in public. And then you're like, I should not have opened Twitter in public because you never know what's going to show up on the timeline. Sometimes people might just like retweet NSFW art and you're like, oh frick, I gotta scroll really fast. After Hag comes a weird old man. Strange man. For editing? Someone has to do it for editing? I don't think he was editing. I think he was just like looking. He was just looking at pictures. Strange man. I don't know. Alright, now I think this tree is a bit strange because this thing is going up. It should be going down like that. It should be like this. I think that is better. I think I have super safe mode enabled on anything I take in public. Super safe mode. How can it be so safe? I feel like I'm also like disincentivized from browsing Twitter in public because I don't have unlimited data. And Twitter does not have a thing where you can optionally load images anymore. I remember back in the day, they had a thing where like you would have to click an image to actually have it be shown. Or like click on a thing and then it will actually show the image. They don't have that anymore. By default, they just assume you have good data, which I don't. I'm just like, I don't really feel like opening right now. I was once checking my phone in a smoke break at work. A girl sent me a nude. I panicked and deleted. Did you actually though? Is this real or are you simply just making it up? How limited? It's not really, it's just like I pay by the gigabyte. I think it's like $10 per gig. I think if I, it caps at 6 gigs. If I, what am I saying? I can't use words. If I use more than 6 gigs of data, it costs the same as 6 gigs. But in a month, I usually use less than 1 gig of data. Possibly like no data. Yes, I do have Google Fi. It used to be called Project Fi, now it's just called Google Fi. This one was invented by a writer. Which one was? 6 gigs is a ton, yeah, but it's like that's like $60. I use maybe like, actually, can I just check how much data have I used? I also keep in mind I also just only go outside 2 times a week. I've used 500 megs this month. What about last month? How do I check? Billing. In March, I've used 270 megs. It's like barely anything, right? Compared to what most people are using, it's hardly any data. Alright. Okay, we have a third tree. Now that I'm thinking about it, this tree kind of looks almost exactly like this tree. It is quite similar. Some may even say it is the same tree. But they're wrong. It is not the same tree. It is in fact a very different looking tree. You got the unlimited plan recently? I feel like I don't need unlimited data. I tend to watch streams on public transport, usually using more or less depending on if I'm more out and about or not. How much data does it take to watch one Twitch stream? I mean, I guess it depends on how long the stream is. But like on average, how much does it use? There's a couple gigs just streaming YouTube on the work drives. I don't even do it. Bitrate, it does, true, it does depend on bitrate. 360p. Sometimes I'll do like audio only. If there's like some situations where like I'm not at home, I feel like I only do this when I'm at risk of losing a watch streak. There's been times where like, since I have like a very large watch streak on Hamflo's stream, there are some times when I'm like not sure if I'll be home before a stream ends. I'll just like put it on audio only for like a few seconds. Maybe not a few seconds, maybe like a minute. Just so that my watch streak is preserved, even though I'm not watching. Although it hasn't happened in a while. 720p at 60 frames per second is 2 gigs per hour. That's a lot. It's so many. 1 to 2 gigs per hour is a lot. I only do audio only when the connection is spotty. I feel like a lot of times though, the streams that I watch, the video doesn't matter that much. I'm not really watching it for like the actual game. Especially in public. If I'm like out and about, I feel like there's gotta be like something major for me to actually want to watch it. Okay, so we got texture origin 16. And then this one. This looks almost the same. This looks too similar to my other tree. Why did I make 2 trees that look almost the same? Okay, they're like slightly different. It's got like this thing over here. It's like almost the same. It's way too similar. I should make some shorter trees. Trees are often quite similar. Yeah, but these are too similar. They are too much the same. Okay, what if I put this here? What if this one was here? What if it was here? What if it was here? I've been wondering if there's more value in being more descriptive when commentating over games, because it's kind of natural that people are listening rather than watching. I think it depends on the game, probably. It depends on what you're doing. Perhaps. Think of the future though, when they make the you knows about your game on YouTube, they'll include the fact that 2 trees are similar but not the same. They're gonna be like, did you know that in Wolfie's hit game that the trees actually look, you know, they look similar, but they're actually not, they're actually so different though. They're distinct. It's good if I have a couple similar trees because people may assume you have more than 2 variations. These 2 trees look similar but not the same. There's actually 10 tree variations that look similar. There's a billion trees that all look the same. You can't, the thing is, you can't put the 2 trees next to each other that look the same. That's like too many. There's too many same trees. Right, I also did not do the thing that I said I would do, which is flip tiles. You can simply flip horizontally to have some variation. Look at that, it's an entirely different tree. Whoa. I wonder how that will turn out if a game developed on Twitch end up really popular. What do you mean? Welcome, Sheriff Pumpkin. Two trees right there. There's a subtle thing they did in Factorio. Resources have a slight variation in their placement to degrid the tilings. I see. Well, it's not, for me, it's not so much about the grid. It's about the actual trees. It's about the trees, man. It's about the tree. Love the trees, baby. Love the trees. Look at this tree. They actually degrid the discarded tiles. That is true. They do add some variation to them. It is, in fact, quite true. I have seen it myself. Okay, what if we had another tree? Oh, that's the same tree, though. What about this tree? This tree as well. Let's rotate some of these trees. This tree, and by rotate I mean flip horizontally. And this tree there. And then what? And then you have this tree here. Well, is that too noisy though? Sometimes I feel like this is too noisy. Sometimes less is more. Definitely have a tree here though. Perhaps another tree here. And then this is the prime location for a tree. Possibly even several trees. I have another tree over here. You know, you can also have trees between rooms. Right? Look at that. Trees that are not exactly in one room, but are actually across multiple rooms. And that adds some variation that may be fun. Fun times for the player and the viewers. Heartbound. What is Heartbound? I don't even know. Room spanning trees, exactly. Am I gonna have stumps? I probably should. I did talk about possibly having stumps. And I think I should have that. Should also have some trees here. Keep forgetting Pirate Software is a game dev. What is Heartbound? What even is that? It sounds vaguely familiar. His game, yeah, but like, have I seen it though? I guess I could just look it up. Imagine looking things up. His game and his studios. He has a studio. Did that drama with WoW blow over with him? I don't know. Hasn't he like done some other stuff that people disapprove of? I don't actually know. Probably. Earthbound clone number 50. It does have bound. I was like, oh, that's literally like Earthbound. I didn't know that was intentional. It does have the word bound in its name. Alright, let's have trees. Whoa, trees? Bro. How does he do it? Alright, I have some trees over here, maybe? Maybe some trees over here. Now, how many trees is too many trees? When you look at this and think, wow, that's like way too many trees though. You should maybe have fewer trees because this is like too many. Is this too many? What if I had a little house? I did consider having like a tent. I think that would be kind of nice to have a tent. Like as if someone was camping up here. And then you're like, oh, what happened to them? Their tent was here. But wait, do you see that? Wait, wait a second. Wait, I can make the trees taller. Hold on. Whoa, dude. Wait a second. Yo, wait, look at this. Wait, whoa, wait, whoa. What the? That is a taller tree. Wow. See, that's why it's nice to not have outlines. If I had outlines, this would not work. But since I did not have outlines, this just looks like a taller tree. Alright, sometimes it looks a bit weird. Sometimes like that, sometimes it looks alright. I don't know. What about this? What about this? Or this? Nah, I don't know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it does not. This one kind of works a little bit. What about this? No. You made a cake? What kind of cake? What is the best cake? Did you know the big trees are actually... Look at the forest. He has made a forest of trees. Rhubarb cake. Rhubarb pie. It's a pie. Okay, that makes more sense. I had not heard of rhubarb cake. Rhubarb pie, though, I have heard of. Okay, and then what? And then... Is that enough trees? You think this is enough trees? What if I had another tree right here? Never had rhubarb. I don't know if I've ever had rhubarb, actually. I'm not sure. It is a thing that I've heard of. But if you ask me what rhubarb tasted like, I would not know. I would have no idea. I simply lack knowledge thereof. Alright, do you think this is enough trees? This might be enough trees. What if I had, like, trees here? Another tree. Rotate the trees. Flip the trees. Alright, let's try playing through some of these levels. I could definitely add more trees here. This area right here. The thing is, I would need to remove some of this thing, because they are on the same layer, technically. Like this. It would need to be like this. Maybe this is fine. And then you take this one, put a tree over there, put that tree. And then do I want some trees over here? Is that a thing that I want? No, it feels a bit weird that is below the bridge. Grandma was scoffing at some Russian video she was exposed to. She was talking about the food there's a lot of words there. Rhubarb. Food that the West doesn't help. Rhubarb. It's rare in the US. I think it's not that common in the US. Like, I do hear it occasionally, but Don't know. Okay, let's check the rooms. So we got the player. The player is in this room. Let's move the player to this room. That looks alright. I could maybe remove this thing and then put some trees down here. Or maybe it's fine. Maybe this is actually fine. Welcome Soli. I don't even know what rhubarb is. If you ask me to name what rhubarb is, or name what rhubarb, I don't know what I'm saying. What is rhubarb? Have I had rhubarb? Oh, I feel like I've had this before. I don't know why I tried to save it. I pressed Control S. I was too used to pressing Control S like in my editor that I tried to save this page. I don't know. I must have had this at least once. I don't know. You hear it occasionally because I keep bringing it up. That is possibly also true. Yeah, something from like a salad, exactly. Okay, actually, I'm not a fan of this thing right here. This tree being exactly aligned with this platform is bad, actually. I should move it. We should move it somewhere else. What if the tree was wide? Now, why would I even do that? Why'd he even do that? I don't even know. Don't confuse it with chard. I don't even... What the frick is chard? I've literally never heard of chard. Chard? Isn't that the Pokemon? Chard. That looks quite similar, yes. It is almost the same thing. Charmander. He knows all the vegetables. Specifically the ones that are like a little bit purplish. Okay, what about this looks a bit better. It does still overlap though. Maybe I just won't have a tree there. I think this is probably fine. I could put some trees up here. Or maybe like one up there. Alright, we have the player. Let's move the player up to the next room. This tree, no, actually this is fine. This is fine, that's fine, these are fine. Yeah, rank. Do a tier list of those vegetables. Specifically. Alright, this looks fine. This looks acceptable as well. This room is fine. Okay, this bottom part right here, I could have some trees down there. It is looking a bit empty. Let's add one tree. A singular tree down here. Okay, but then that one overlaps. Maybe a snowman. That is true. That is true. We could have the snowman. We could rotate the snowman. What if snowman was rotated though? Is facing the other way? Oh, we could have a snowman by the tree. Yo, snowman by the tree. Bro, that's so cool. Really makes you think. Snowman behind the tree. Guys, holy frick. Snowman behind the tree. That's crazy. What about here? No, yeah, snowman behind the tree. You're like, what is that guy doing? What is that? What is that? He's watching me? Okay, let's see. Another snowman. I should end my stream though. It is about that time. Now, how many snowmen is too many though? You think that sometimes it's overdoing it? You think maybe like this is too many? You think that's too many? That's probably too many. We could have one on the bridge. We could have one like on the spikes. Like, what is that snowman doing on the spikes, dude? It shouldn't be. Oh, I also need to add. Oh, there's gotta be trees up here. Alright, whatever. I'll do this off stream. They're all hidden. Is that too many? Actually, this snowman is a bit weird though. It should not be there. This is a strange snowman. Do you consider eggplant to be purple by default? You usually think of the black kind. I do think by default that they are purple. Alright, let me commit this. Git diff git status. Okay. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Sometimes I just start typing and it doesn't actually reflect what is there. Is it because of the emoji? No, it's because I've seen eggplant in real life. It's because it's because eggplants exist in the real world and I have seen them. Add more trees. Snow trees. Snowy trees. Alright, so once this has synchronized to my computer, I will end the stream. I will simply end the stream. It is dark purple here, the spruceeats.com. I mean, that's like the same. I would not consider this to be so much darker that it would not be considered purple. Like when I look at that image, it's still purple to me. Welcome, Vinny Gamer. Yes. Wait, I already raided you, right? You were here from the raid. See, get log, add more. Okay, it has synchronized properly. I will now end my stream. I forgot I had this open. Pico 8. Good times. How do you play a Pico 8 game again? Enter space? How do you play the game? Start? ZX? No. Escape. Play. Start. Run. Help. Run. Remember this? When I was implementing my own physics and collision detection and all that. See, it doesn't even work well. Anyway, let's see what day it is. Let's raid someone. Oh, shoot. A rat. I didn't realize the eggplants are dark purple rather than black. Well, now you know. Now you know. Alright. This is how black they usually look here. I mean, that is also just like really dark purple. I don't know. Alright, what day? Carb Day. Don't Friday. Lucky Penny Day. Do you see they're abolishing the penny in the US? They're gonna stop printing pennies. Printing, what was it called? Manufacturing? Making them. National Cooler Day. Turtle Day. Turtle Day. Lucky Penny Day. Doesn't it cost more to make a penny than the actual cost of a penny? Yes. Also, yes, I forgot to welcome Meow Hong. Welcome. Welcome and goodbye. We could do National World Turtle. That doesn't make any sense. You're like the 1000th person to make that joke. Perthen? You're like the 1000th person to... Why am I talking like that? World Turtle Day raid. You can post a turtle emoji. If you what about like a cheering emoji? Wolf is cheer and then a turtle, maybe. Whatever you think makes sense. Alright, who do I raid? Who's out there streaming today? A lot of people playing Fantasy Life. Fantasy Life I. The girl who stole time or whatever. Alright, what if I see, let's check software and game development. It might be a game for me too. It seems like a really long game though. I don't know. Maybe it would be. Alright, who do I raid? Who's out here streaming? Let's see, I'm scrolling through the list of people who are live right now. There's a guy named Wolf streaming. I could raid that guy. What about... This is the hardest part of the stream. Deciding who to raid. Especially if it's someone that I don't already know. Alright, what if I raid a game dev that I do know? And by game, I mean software developer. I could raid L:Q. Last raided 70 days ago. I could have sworn I'd raided him more recently than this. But apparently not. Anyway, raid is going. I'll be back tomorrow with some variety gaming. I think I need to find some more games to play, but I will figure that out eventually. And that's it. That is all. That's it. I have to now sit here and wait for several seconds while that raid goes. That raid is in fact going to go very soon. And also Monday. Monday is a holiday in the US. So it is possible that I may stream earlier on Monday. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, it's Memorial Day. I did not realize until today that we have Monday off. I was totally ready to just do work on Monday, but turns out I don't have to. So that's cool. Last Monday of May. Oh, can you... It's gonna be like June in 2 weeks. What the heck? Why? How is it so fast? Anyway, the raid's going. I will see you next time. Goodbye.